Hello and welcome to the CIA Corner, where we make commentaries, investigations, and analysis on topical issues. My name is Obed Jerry, your co-host for today. And yes, you can also be a part of the show. Do well to subscribe, turn on your notification button, follow us across all our social media platforms. And if you have anything to add to what is being said here, or if you have a contrary opinion, please slide to our comment section and drop your comments. Now, the story for today says the President Tinubu and different state governors had a meeting yesterday to deliberate on how to enforce a state police in the country. You know, we've been having a federal police. Now they want to have a state police to curb the insecurity rates in Nigeria. Well, before we look into the story, let's go for a very quick break. When we come back, we look into the story properly. All right, welcome back from that very quick break. Yes, yesterday, the president and all state governors held a meeting yesterday in Abuja to deliberate on how to enforce this state police. You know how the country has been very insecure, the insecurity rate, the kidnapping, the killings, and all what's not. So they are deliberating on how to enforce this state police. Yes, after the meeting, the spokesperson in person of the information minister came out to tell the pressmen that, yes, this is what the Federation plans on doing, enacting a state police. Now, let's look at it from the first angle. We know that it is not in the Constitution to enforce a state police. The 1999 Constitution, as amended, states that the police force is confined to the federal government. Now, let's say because of the situation we are facing in the country at this moment is the reason why the government wants to implement this state police. A very good one to help us curb our insecurity rate. But what happens to empowering the local vigilantes and the local security personnel around our local vicinities? We know that these local persons, this local security, these vigilantes know the nooks and crannies of our communities than our normal police. Yes, the police are very functional and they have their lapses too. But we know that some policemen, maybe after having their training, they are transferred from one state to another. But these local securities do better because they work more and more to get what they earn. And they are from this same environment. So they know every angles. They know people that are good and bad. Now, the main bone of contention on this issue is the aspect of funding. How would this state police be funded? Because the information ministers made it clear that they are deliberating on how to tackle it because they know it's a big decision to make. They know that it will affect this decision they are making, whether we like it or not, would either make or mar us. We know we are going through insecurity crisis at the moment, but whatever decision we make on as regards this state police would either affect us more or save us from the problem that we are facing. Now we are talking about the funding. Who would fund it? If they make this state police, would it be under the state government? Like, would the state government of each state be the one to make provision for the police stations, their vans, their ammunitions, and their security and everything as regards the police, the state police? Let's say if the federal government wants to cater for this thing since it's a first time try, if the federal government wants to cater for it, you know that huge sum of millions and billions of amounts of money would be thrown into this angle. And you know, this is a trial method. We've not done it before. It has not been done anywhere. If they effect it, how sure are we that we have an 80% chance of it surviving? You see the issue of finance, the issue of funding. Now let's look at the issue of how long would it take for the state police to get working? We know that the average normal federal government police power, they go through training for a period of, the normal recruit soldiers police go through a training of 6 months, while the ones that have maybe BSc, a PhD or master's degree go for a period of, let's say, 12 months. And those ones that attend the police academy, go for a duration of 18 months to 2 years. That is a very huge time. Okay, let's say the average state police is to go for a duration of training for 5 to 6 months. How sure are we that these people that the federal government want to secure would not have died and be finished as at 6 months' time? How sure are we that the problem that we are facing wouldn't get worse to that aspect if we wait till 6 months' time? You see, the reason why I was saying they could empower the local vigilantes and local security men in our vicinities. If we say they now cut down the training process to like 1 month to 2 months, are we to say that these police, if they go through training for just 2 months, are we trying to say that they would be underdeveloped in their mindset, they will be having under training? Or are we saying that in a span of 2 months, a normal police force, a normal police personnel will catch up with what he or she ought to learn within a period of 6 months? Another thing to think about. Now, another angle is the jurisdiction of the state police. Now, as it's been said, it's the state police. A state police is supposed to oversee and secure the environment of the state. What then happens? What then is the work of the federal police? Will the federal police retire from that each state and focus on the FCT? Or will the federal police still work in that state and the state police would still be working? Would the federal police be able to arrest persons in the environment of the state police? Would this same federal police have the power to arrest or prosecute any person that is affiliated to the state government? In times past, we've seen when investigations are done in state government parastatals, the federal police is allowed to go in there and conduct an arrest when they have an arrest warrant. Now the state police, would they have that same power? And would the federal government police still have that same power to continue that jurisdiction and prosecution that they've been allowed to have before now? You see, these are the things to worry, and the information minister didn't brief us on all of this, because that is to say they still have more time to meet and deliberate on this. They should actually take their time. We know insecurity is thriving, but they should take their time in making decisions like this, because it will have a very, very ripple effect on us. It's not something that we just come now and go on. We've seen in times past when in 1964 and 1966, when somebody, without mentioning name, was using a state police, a local police that they made through bylaw, and how they used it for their own benefits. And then how sure are we, safe, that when it gets to the time of election and or anything that is concerning competition with the state government, how are you sure that this state government would not confine this police to make them their own personal armies and work with them and conduct illegal acts with them? Well, the information minister didn't give us a deep briefing about this. He only tipped us, informed pressmen that the federal government and the governors are putting head to head to make agreements on how to enforce local state police. Now let's stay put and wait for their feedback. While we wait for their feedback, I'll come back to update you. Please do well to subscribe, turn on the notification button. You know about this issue and you know how pressing it is. If you have anything to add to it, please slide to our comment section. Drop your comments there. My name is Obed Jerry, your co-host for today, and this has been the CIA Corner here on TAF TV. See you next time.